So hello everyone, welcome again to this YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to cover a practical demo for visual testing, that how we can do visual testing using Applitools with the practical examples. We are going to cover each and every point, that how we can use Applitools from scratch itself and with the live project itself. So this is the last video of the series. It is going to be a bit long, and there are many more videos that are related to this series that are only theoretical part. If you haven't watched that yet, please watch those videos and then come to this live and demo practical part. So let's get started. So first of all, as we discussed in the last videos, that we would require Applitools account to get started. So we need to sign up on Applitools so that we can get Applitools API key. So let's move to the applitools.com and then we can sign up over there. So I am currently on applitools.com and you can read the documentation of Applitools, and you can see how many well-reputed and known companies are already trusting Applitools, and you can see testing that Applitool supports, and you can see the different platforms that it is supporting, and also about the pricing and the carriers as well related to Applitools. So first we requires to have an account on Applitools. So let's click on get started. Okay, so you can clearly see here that you can sign up via GitHub, or you can either sign up via Gmail account. And you can clearly see that because we require Applitools API key, so for that we need to create a new account. So because I have already Applitools account with me, so we can simply sign in on that account. If I click over here, so I have logged into the Applitools account. So you can clearly see this is pretty clean and neat because we haven't run any test yet on it. So this is Applitools dashboard. So this is going to organize your tests and their results. So there are many features which might not be working as we have this free account. So let me show you any features that are not working for this. If you see here, it is showing us contact us because this is free account, or if I open any other feature, it is not working for free accounts. If I go over here, so you can clearly see that it is asking us to upgrade the account. So these features are not available for free account. So now what we requires is we requires Applitools API key. That is the reason we have created Applitools account, right? So let me click over here. You have to click over here in the profile icon and then my API key. Okay, let's click over here, and now you can see this is API key that we are going to use in our Selenium scripts so that we can interact with Applitools server. Okay, so this is, you need to copy, then click on OK. So now let's move to the demo site that we are going to use for this demo, or for this practical part of Applitools. So this is the Applitools dummy website that we are going to use to run our visual test. So you can simply navigate to this website using applitools.com/hello world. So if you see here, this is a simple hello world website and it is pretty constant. If I refresh it, so you are not going to see any changes on this website, right? But if I click over here on the difference one link, so you can clearly see the change in URL and change in the digit. Okay, let me click on it again. So you can clearly see that there is a change in the digits. And if I click on this div2, so observe the color of the hello world carefully and digits. So you can clearly see the change in URL and the color of the hello world, and the change in the layout of click me button, and the digit also getting changed. Okay, so now we have to test that if Applitools is able to capture these visual differences. So this is the site that we are going to use for our demo purposes. So let's go to Eclipse and let's see how we can get started from scratch from Eclipse side. So right now I have opened my Eclipse and you can clearly see that I have created a basic Java Maven project. So if I go to the pom.xml, right now we have only dependency of JUnit. And if I go here, and you can clearly see there is no code written because I want to show you from the scratch itself. So this is the simple Maven Java project. And if we talk about the prerequisites, let's first go to the prerequisites that we have already discussed. Now these are the prerequisites and configurations that we have already discussed in the earlier video. That Java should be installed on the system that I have already installed. And Maven, I don't require it because I don't want to run it from command line. And then existing test automation framework that I have already created simple Maven Java project. And if I talk about the dependency, this I have to add right now. So let's go to Eclipse. So now we have to add Applitools dependency in pom.xml as we discussed. And also we need to have a WebDriver Manager dependency so that we can initialize any browser. We can launch any browser, or we would need Selenium's dependency as well. Right, so let's go to the Google and let me just first WebDriver Manager. So let's just add WebDriver Manager dependency. Okay, click over here, just copy it and let me just add it. So I have added the WebDriver Manager dependency. So now I would need Selenium Java dependency. Okay, let's click over here. Let's click on latest one and copy and put it here. Why it is showing error? Okay, because I have posted it in outside dependencies. Okay, so now I would need ice Java 5 dependency. Okay. Okay, let's click over here, copy this and just put here. Okay, let's update the project. So now we have added WebDriver Manager dependency so that we can launch any driver, and Selenium dependency so that we can perform Selenium actions, and ICE dependency so that we can add visual validations in our script. So let's see that if we got the jars that we have. Ice jar. Okay, you can clearly see ice, ice, ice. So this means that project is updated. Okay, so now we got all the dependencies. Let's go to our test class. So testing framework we'll be using JUnit only because we just need to run the test case. It doesn't matter if you are running via testng or JUnit. So we are using JUnit only. So let's first go to the prerequisites that how we can get started in writing the code. So before that, let me quickly write the Selenium code to initialize any driver. So let's write the code so that I can launch the Chrome driver. Chrome driver, then driver dot get, and here we need to pass the URL. So I'm pasting here the URL that we are going to use for our demo purposes. Okay, so now I would like to add visual validations in our script, so that how we can get started with that. So let's go to the presentation, and we have clearly written over there that how we can get started with writing the visual validations. Okay, so let's go over there. So to get started, we should have to initialize the ice and ice class. Then we have to set the Applitools API key that we got from the account that we have recently created. So first of all, you need to create an instance of ice class, and then you need to set the API key using i.setAPI key method. So let's go to Eclipse. So now as we clearly see that we need to initialize the ice class, and we need to set the API key that we got from our account that we have created in Applitools, right? So I dot method was set API key, right? Set API key. So you can simply, I have already copied it from there and I just set it over here. Okay. So let's go to the presentation and see what are the next steps, what we need to do next. Okay. So I'm showing you the theoretical part plus practical part so that we can get idea that why we are writing these methods over there. Okay. So now I need to write i.open method, and in this you have to pass different arguments like driver, then the name of the app, then the name of the window, or you can say name of the test, or then you have to pass the size of the screen that you want to capture. So whenever you are going to call this i.open method, then Applitools will start closely observing the application. Okay, so then you have to navigate to driver.get whatever website that you are using for demo purpose that you have to write. Okay, so let's go to Eclipse and let's write all these two methods over there. So now as we have seen in last screen that we need i.open method. Okay, so now you can see clearly there are three different methods taking different arguments. So this is what we have seen in the last screen, but let me just use the second one. We can simply skip the port size that we are going to capture. So here we need to give the name of the app. So I can simply write hello app. Okay, here I need to put the name of the test. We can write it as first test. Okay, first test and hello app. Okay, so now they in the last screen they show like you have to write driver.get after i.open so that Applitools can observe this website. Okay, so now let's go back to the presentation and see what are the next lines that we are using here. So now we have to use a check window method. So this method is basically visual checkpoint. So whenever you are going to call this method is going to capture or generate a screenshot of that page. Okay, and in this method you can pass any tag. This is called as a tag, or either you can let it be. You don't need to mandate. It is not mandatory that you have to pass it. You can skip it as well. Okay, so let's go to Eclipse and add this line as well. So now let's add visual checkpoint I dot check window is check window. Okay, so here you can write the tag as well or without tag as well, and there are different arguments you can pass. Okay, so let's write it with the tag and we can write simply test. Okay, so now we have written also visual validation checkpoint. So let's go and see what are the next lines that we can add. Then we have to simply close the I. So remember guys, if you don't close this I, if you don't call this I dot close method, it is not going to generate visual report. So you have to call this method. So then driver dot quit Selenium's method and I dot abort if not close. This is another method that is going to see if there are test is still running, it is going to abort it. Otherwise it is not going to do anything. So let's add this line in our code. So now let's write I dot close so that Applitools can generate visual reports. Okay, and for now I'm skipping those driver dot quit and that aborts if not close method. Okay, so this is that we have written the script. So let's me reiterate again. So first of all, we are launching the Chrome driver, and then we are initializing the ice class. Then we are setting the API key of the Applitools account that we have created. Then we are opening the I and we are just passing the name of the app and the name of the test. Then we are navigating to the hello world application, and then we are just capturing a screenshot and closing the I. Okay, so let me run this test. So now what should happen? So this is the first time we are running the test. So it is going to capture a screenshot, but because there is no baseline yet, so it is going to get passed because this is the first time we are running it. So let me show you, so let's click over here. Okay, so as expected it should navigate to the hello world website. Okay, so it navigated to the hello world website. So let's go to the Applitools server, that what exactly it generated over there. So now I have opened the Applitools website and we are on Applitools dashboard, and you can clearly see that we have got this screenshot hello world and the test is passed because this is the first time we are running it, right? So let me open this, and it is showing new, and it is not showing any sign like matched or unmatched. That I'm going to show you in the next run. If I open this, you can clearly see it has captured the screenshot because we have used the method check window, and it has no baseline image. So baseline image is expected image with which we have to compare this checkpoint image. Okay, so you can clearly see whenever we are running it for the first time, it is going to capture the screenshot. So let me simply close it and let me go to Eclipse and let's try to run it again. So now this time, let's see what happens. So again, we have run the script and it should simply navigate to the hello world website as expected. And let's see what it shows us on the Applitools. So currently I am on Applitools dashboard. So you can clearly see that a new first test has been added. So if I click over here, and you can clearly see it is showing us as a match, but in the first case it was not showing us any match or unmatched sign because there was no baseline image at that time. So first time it captured the baseline, and second time it just compared the checkpoint image with the baseline image. If you see here, this is the checkpoint image that we captured recently, and this is the baseline image that we captured last time. And from here you can change the view. If you want to see only baseline image, you can simply click over here, and you can also zoom from here as well. Let me clear this. You can zoom the image from here, and if you want to change the view to checkpoint image, then you can see checkpoint image. And if you want to see both, I would prefer to look both so that we can see the visual differences. So there's many other options. So for that we have to fail this test case. We have to find the differences between baseline image and the checkpoint image. So for that, let's navigate to the another website that I have shown you in that I have shown you in the website that we are using, right? So this is the first link that we clicked in the dummy website, and that was generating some random digit. So now when we will navigate to this website, because it is going to generate some random digit, so Applitools should be able to capture these differences. So now as expected, it should navigate to diff1 URL. Okay, so it is navigated to diff1 URL. So let's go to the Applitools dashboard. So let's again refresh it. So it is still running. It is going to take some time. So let it run. See, so it has already captured the results. So you can clearly see it is not showing you as an failed, right? It is showing you as an unresolved. Why? Because it let the tester decide that if it is valid bug or if it is expected behavior of application. So click over here, you can clearly see it is showing mismatch. And if I open here, click over here, you can clearly see that. Let me click on zoom. You can clearly see there is a difference between these digits, and there is might be some difference in this link as well. So Applitools captured this visual differences. You can clearly see. And if we talk about the all the that of different options that we have, so if I click over here, so this is root cause analysis. It is going to tell us that what is the root cause of visual differences. If I click over here, okay, let's see. So it is showing you clearly that what has changed in the DOM. You can clearly see this class has changed, this text has changed. So it is going to show you the root cause, that why visual, what is the root cause of the visual differences that we got, right? So this is very good feature, and this is, so this feature is not available for the free plans. Same goes with this. If I go here, so this is the pre match level. So match level we have already discussed, right? If I click on exact, so you can see it is showing us more visual differences because it is comparing pixel by pixel. So this is not recommended, as we have already discussed in last videos. So strict is by default. So then we have content and layout. These all we have already discussed, right? So let's go to this one. So this is going to highlight all the visual differences. And from here you can go to the next. And from here you can go to the next. Okay. So this is again not for, this is not for the free account. So now the ignore region. So ignore region is basically whatever region you select to ignore, Applitools is not going to take that into account. Okay, so that, so for example, you understand that this is the digit that is changing every time, and this is expected behavior of application. Then you can simply ignore this region because you are already aware. And when you run the test, Applitools is simply going to ignore this region. So let me show you. So I have ignored this region. So let me fail this test case. Continue. Okay, let's go outside of this and simply save it. So now it is showing the test case is failed, right? So let's again go here and let's try to again run our test. Now what should happen? It should not show the visual differences of selected region, selected ignore region that we have selected. So it went to this site. Let's go to Applitools dashboard. So this is still running. Okay, it is taking some time. Let's see. So see, it shows unresolved again. Okay, so why? Let's observe it. So you can clearly see that Applitools is not showing us the visual differences. If I click over here, it is not highlighting the visual differences for the region that I have ignored, right? It is only showing for the other visual differences. You can see here. So if I go here, so you can ignore the region, you can ignore the content region that you want to check the content. So you can clearly see add a region where differences in color will be ignored. Okay, so again go with the layout, add a region where differences will evaluate with layout match level. So these are the different options that you can select. Okay, so let me just delete this ignore region. You can delete from here, delete in scope. Let me fail this test case. Let me close it and let me simply save it. And let's see what we can perform next. For the content region, I'm going to show you one example. So content region, what exactly it do is that, suppose I just ignore this hello word. Okay, let me select this hello word. Okay, so next time when I run my test, if I see any difference in color between both hello words, both checkpoint and baseline, it is going to ignore that. So let me show you that. So first of all, let me remove this one. For the digit, let me remove this. Let's see if it is ignoring it for the content region. So let me fail this and just close it and just simply save it. So let me see that if we have successfully added the ignore for content region. So now we have to navigate to the diff2 site that I have already shown you in the dummy website that I have shown you. I have already shown you that when you visit diff2 site, it is going to show you some changes in hello world color. So let me show you. I think it will make you more clear. So now we are navigating to another website where the color of the hello world is going to change. Okay. So it is navigated to diff2 site. Okay, and you can clearly see the location of the click me is also changed, and also digit also get changed. So let's go to the Applitools server and see. It is going to take some time to capture these. So let me open this. So you can clearly see that it has not captured the differences of the color change of hello world. If you can clearly see, the color is different of hello world. So that is basically the ignore content region is. So suppose if I click over here and if I delete it, it is going to show me the color difference. You can clearly see it is showing me the color difference. So this is what ignore content region is. Okay, I can simply fail it, continue, and I can simply save it, and this got failed. So this is all from the demo part 1. So because this video will be pretty long, so that's why I think that I should do demo part 2, in which we are going to discuss about that how we can set match levels from Eclipse itself. You can set match level from Eclipse code itself that you are writing over there. Okay, so that we are going to show you in the next demo part 2. So for now, this is all that we have covered. So if you like this video, please comment. If you have any improvement, please comment in the video. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much.